Good morning, YouTube. At least it's morning for me. But today, I'm going to do some more AI generating. I'm sure that you're all thrilled to hear me say that because that seems to be all I do these days. But I think today's going to be fun because I've got some different material to feed the AI this time and hopefully get some different results as well. So here on the screen, you can see I have Ableton. This is kind of it's very messy actually, but it's kind of my guitar practice Ableton session, in the sense that it's where the session I load up to play guitar, because I don't currently have a effects modeler external pedal or anything. So I am using Neural DSP here. Specifically the Mateus Asato archetype. Not that it really matters, but I had never heard of Mateus Asato before this plugin. But out of the ones that I tried, because you can do trials, this is the one that I ended up buying just because it just fits my style of playing. A lot of the other ones are quite sort of metal focused. And I'm sure they sound great, but it's just not really my thing. This one kind of has like a nice blend of really beautiful clean tones and some more high gain stuff, but not full blown like chugga 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 sort of metal, you know. Anyway, so I've got a few little chord sequences here that I recorded yesterday. Been really enjoying playing guitar a lot recently on this beautiful Fender, made in Mexico Fender with JJ's pickups in them, modeled on David Gilmour's pickups. So the bridge pickup is hotter than normal. Anyway, they sound really good. Let's just listen to this. This is with a clean tone with sort of a bit of reverb. Bit of EQ. Let's bring this. So I quite like this little riff. It's pretty simple, although it does use some slightly unusual chords. That's kind of the fun thing about playing guitar, is the way you finger chords is just very different to the way that I would approach it on a piano or a keyboard. That's just nice, you know. As a musician, it's nice to have different options for writing tunes. And I find the guitar to be quite exploratory in that way. It's very fun to just sort of find chords. Like, I understand the fingerboard, I understand where chords sort of form and stuff like that, at least to some degree. I can definitely figure it out, but yeah, so like within some set parameters of, okay, these shapes work across the fingerboard in this way, it's easy to find then like patterns that work, like using different chord inversions and stuff. So that's how I made that. It's very simple. There's one chord in there which I actually don't even know what the chord is. I do have this little electric. Let's just highlight that, and you can see on the MIDI monitor down the bottom there, one of the chords at the end. What was it? Yeah, so there's a G flat minor chord, which that's not unusual. But then there's a D chord, D major, but with the fifth like flattened. And I'm sure somebody will be able to tell me what the sort of musical term for that. But MIDI monitor isn't doing it for me. Anyway. And then this last chord. Anyway, I'm not just demonstrating it very well. Point is, I've got these tracks. I've got these little riffs. There's this other one here as well, which is not as well played. It's a bit rougher, but I think that might work in my favor for what I intend to do with it. Also just going to bring the start forward a bit of this. Yeah, something like that. Let's just bring this up. Yeah, that one isn't as well executed. I did that one kind of pretty quickly. But I also have this other tone up the top here, which I don't love. Maybe we can try some other tones here. Let's make this smaller. I'll go through some presets maybe. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I think that is probably close to what I want. Turn the delay down. Maybe I'll just turn it off. Turn the mix of the reverb down a bit. Because the other one has a lot of reverb. It's much a sort of glassier tone. So I kind of want two different alternate versions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to render these out, bounce them out as audio files, and then we're going to go over to the AI platform that I've been using, which is called Stable Audio. I'm going to do some prompting with guitar this time. And I've got very specific kind of little parts here. It's not like full tracks or, sections of tracks. It's just the guitar. I'm not really sure what I hope to achieve. I'm just really into playing guitar at the moment, and I'm wanting to see how the AI responds to using a different instrument rather than synthesizers or piano or something like that. And if I can get something that's interesting out of it. But as is always the case with using AI, who knows how that's going to go. Anyway, I'm going to render these out and I'll see you in a sec. Bye. All right, so here we are in Stable Audio. I'm just going to add some audio to this. Let's upload and we'll go to here. And we'll go to... No, that's not the one. There we go. And I've got my guitar chords here. So let's start with this one. And see what we get. It might take a little while to upload. Okay, that took ages. I don't know why it took ages, but it took ages. We're going to leave the strength on 75%. While I was waiting for that, I was just looking through some of these presets in their prompt library, and they're really weird. I know I've talked about this before, but like Modern, an atmospheric ambient house track with a new age influence featuring a pulsating 808 kick drum, deep granular drones, hypnotic plucky synthesizer keys, and atmospheric Foley. Is that modern? Like, I'm not saying it's not a modern form of music, but it's weird that that's just considered modern. Similarly, I mean, we have house music, so why is ambient house with new age influences more modern than a groovy house track featuring pumping drum machines and sampled vinyl percussion? I just don't get it. I don't get where they're coming from with any of this shit. Drum solo. That actually could be handy for some other things. I didn't realize that might be a new one. I don't know. Anyway, what have we got? Upbeat. Absolutely not. There's no way we're ever doing this one. That sounds absolutely horrible. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to use these presets, but maybe I'll use one as kind of like a guide because they are written in such a way that means that they work better with the algorithm, or with the model, the AI model. So let's look at warm. Yeah, I don't know about that. We might. How about calm? Calm meditation music to play in a spa lobby. No. New age. I mean, let's try this. Just let's as a beginning, as a first attempt. Let's try the new age prompt. I'm not going to edit it. Let's just generate. All right. So we have some generated audio here. Let's have a listen to it. Take a little bit to load. I mean, it sounds almost exactly like the original, which is pretty disappointing. Let's get rid of this prompt. Let's try something different. God, this is always the way, isn't it? Using these chords, create a moody. No, let's put moody later in the description. So create a down tempo chill out track with a moody. Hang on, no, that can be at the end. So I'll do another one here with soft piano, minimal break beat. Melancholic moody feel. I don't know how this is going to go. Let's try it. Okay, so let's play this and see what we get. Frankly, I don't have high hopes, but let's give it a go. Like, I'm not saying it's terrible. Like, I quite like it, but it's a lot like... It just sounds like what I put in with a little bit of textural changes. Ooh. Oh, a little bit of adjustments. Let's go back to that. That's kind of cool. All right, let's download this one. Just because, why not? I might go it an MP3 as well because I was having issues with some of the WAV files the last time I did this. In the sense that like the WAV files were like weirdly copy protected or something, and then I had to like load them into Reaper and export them from there before Ableton would accept them. I don't know. Let's bring this down a bit. So where are we at? So let's adjust the percentage. Let's go down to 65. Why don't we, instead of down tempo chill out track, why don't we do create an arrangement. I'm spelling things wrong. I'm still spelling things wrong. Create an arrangement around these guitar chords that follows a similar theme of melancholic moodiness. I really don't think this is like the way you prompt. Frankly, I don't really think it has much bearing on what happens a lot of the time. But because we've changed it to 65%, we might get some different results. So let's just generate. Okay, so we have a track. Let's listen to it. Fingers crossed, eh? I'm going to download it just because, I don't know. Again, it's so much the same. Like, I don't know. I just don't think I've experienced this before where it's so just the same, no matter what I do. Granted, I haven't done very much yet, so we'll keep trying. And like, I'm not too disappointed because I really like the chord progression and I want to use the chord progression. I guess I just think it's a little bit, let's bring this back down. Let's bring it 50%. Let's just try from the prompt library again, shall we? Let's go with, this epic rock one I'm curious about. I don't really want to make an epic rock song, but I'm just curious what happens. So let's try that. Okay, so we're going to click play. What are we going to get? What are we going to get this time? I mean, look at this description. A post-rock song featuring a wall of echoing and reverting. Reverting guitars? Is that supposed to be reverberating? That makes more sense to me. Guitars playing a beautiful harmony, driving rock rhythms and beautiful cascading strings. The mood is euphoric and epic. Yeah. Why is this taking so long to fucking load? I feel like I have to find a new AI model. I also am curious about trying ones that take MIDI, because it'd be interesting to be like, here's a MIDI chord progression. Give me a corresponding natural follow-on from this, like a new section or something like that, just to see what happens. Okay, finally, jeez. Also, I just noticed this typo up here. Cast dating. What if we turn this as well? Reverberating guitars. Anyway, let's get listening. I mean, it's alright. It's different. Just as it's starting to get interesting, it just fucking stops. Oh my god. Alright, let's download that. Man, sometimes, it's sort of, I find it interesting when people talk about AI being this, like, I don't know, thing that's going to steal people's jobs and everything. And it absolutely will. I'm not saying it won't. Definitely will. Certainly with, I don't know, things like admin and stuff like that. It's definitely going to be just steamrolling all over those industries. But what I mean to say is that it's so often more of a fuck around just getting results that you want than it would be just doing it on your own, frankly. To be fair, sometimes the results can be quite cool, and so it sort of warrants that extra effort. But I don't know. I take some umbrage at the fact that people are like, oh, it's just all cheating. And it's like, well, I'm not saying you're wrong, but at the same time, it's so much more of a hassle. Let's bring this up to 60% again. And with those spell checks fixed, and I might make this a bit longer. I can't. I can't make it longer. It's 1 minute and 8 seconds is the... Oh, yeah, it says it right there, Max. All right, whatever. Can't change the model either, which is weird why it even says it there. Anyway, generate. Okay, let's play this and we'll see what we get. Okay. I don't know. I mean, look, I'm going to download it again, as I did with the others. It's just disappointing, frankly. I wonder if I added like a beat to it, if I would get more encouraging results. Yeah, I don't know. Just because it seems, or with that one in particular, it seemed to kind of like mess up the timing. But more to the point, I just wonder if that gives it more to work with. But let's try a different, let's try ambient. All right. Obviously I can edit this, but I see very little reason to, frankly, given the fact that whatever I type in never seems to matter. So I'm just going to generate. Okay, so let's give this one a go. I'm just going to click play. All right. This is probably the best one so far. again, I'm going to download it. Maybe we'll go back to Ableton. Maybe try adding some stuff to it just to kind of, I don't know. All right. So, all right, I'm going to keep trying. Let's bring this down to 35%. We'll try the same ambient prompt. Maybe instead of drony, spacey, reverberating piano, I do, let's type harp instead. See what we get. Okay. It happened a bit faster than expected. Let's listen to this. 35% input strength. So much better. Maybe I can just keep doing things at 35% because it's, wow, that was way better than any of the ones before. I feel like maybe if I'm trying to get it to create music based on just one instrument and have it develop more than just the one instrument, it's like I have to have the percentage lower. But if it's like a more of a full arrangement with a beat and a bass and stuff like that, perhaps at that point, you can have it, the percentage be higher and it works better. I'm going to keep on this theme. Instead of reverberating harp, this time I'm going to say guitar. Maybe specify electric guitar. And just see how we go. Because sometimes just with repeat generations, obviously I've changed that to electric guitar, but with repeat generations, you just get different or better results. So let's generate again. All right, let's listen to this one. Very different. There's some discordant harmonics in the background, which sometimes I like. I don't know if I like what it's doing here. Some of it's all right. I'm definitely going to get it. Yeah, God. I think I need to try a different model at some point because I feel like I'm sort of pushing up against the limits of stable audio. Let's go up to 40%. Maybe just try 45% with the same exact prompt. Okay, let's have a listen to this one. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, this is some nice variation that's keeping quite similar to the original, but differentiating enough. Yeah, I really like that actually. Let's grab that one. It's funny how you go through this. Like almost every time I feel like it takes me a while to really find the good ones, you know? I guess that's not always true. It's just kind of luck of the draw, really. I'm going to change this prompt because I think that this is a good format for the style that I want, even if that doesn't accurately describe necessarily what I'm going for. I feel like it's just a good format that it clearly gives good results. I'm going to change electric guitar to vocals. Yeah. Maybe I'll just specify gender just for a particular feel. Keep it at 45. Let's go. All right. All complete. Let's play. Yeah, I like that. It's a bit weird, but again, as I've said many times, that's kind of what I like about this stuff. Yeah, very cool. Let's download that. Kind of feel like the quality, just the audio quality took a bit of a nosedive, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. I'm just going to keep that prompt exactly as it is and just generate again because I want to see what else it gives me. All right, let's have a listen to this one. Ooh. Very cool. Yeah, very good. Definitely downloading that. I'm downloading all of them. Definitely going to use that, is what I should say. And I'm actually just going to do the exact same thing again. I'm just going to generate again because, I don't know, this is just working for me. I kind of like the idea of layering those vocals to create this kind of, warbled chorus of vocals. Okay, let's play this one. Ooh, just random piano chords. That's pretty cool. Jeez, that might be the best one yet. I'm very tempted just to keep generating this exact format. when you're onto a good thing, you know? All right, so let's just I'm going to just do one more with this exact one. Then we'll load in another file. I do have those other versions that I wanted to load in here. I might not bother uploading the same riff, but with a different tone, because I'm not really sure we're going to get any different results based on that. Well, they'll be different. Of course, every result is different, but I feel like I've got enough material based around that. Maybe I can do the other one, the other sort of slightly less consistent one. One more generation of this, though. All right, let's try again. That did it pretty quick. Have a listen. Wow. Well, look, I think that sounds great. Let's get that downloaded really quick, and then we'll move on to a new audio upload. That's quite good, though, isn't it? Yeah, still kind of working around those same chords, which is great. All right, let's upload some new audio here. Cancel that one. Let's upload a new one, and let's go with yeah, let's try this one rather than the clean version, because I kind of want a different vibe. So let's choose that one. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to upload. Cool. This time I'm just going to bring it straight down to 45%. I think I'm going to keep this same prompt just for now, because I'm curious to see how it differs. Let's go. Okay, let's listen to this. I'll just for reference, I'll just quickly play this again. Okay, so that's the sound of the chords. Not particularly well played on this. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. The other one was just better. That's all. Let's listen. What are we going to get this time? Ooh. Fascinating. Yeah, very much like that. Let's download that. Isn't it fascinating how the results vary so greatly? Obviously, I'm using a different audio input. I get that, but I don't know, it's more than that. Like, just the quality, I guess some of it is just random, of course, but the different, like maybe these guitar chords, maybe they are more easily interpreted as a different thing, or maybe the particular sound of the guitar is more identifiable as a guitar or something. I don't know what it is. Let's do the exact same thing again and just see how it differs. All right, that finished. Let's have a listen to that variation. Why am I only at 54 seconds this time? Oh, because the original input audio was only 54 seconds. Of course. All right, let's play. Wow. Interesting. Well, I very much like that. I just kind of want to keep generating these prompts because they're quite good. Interesting. Maybe I should change something this time. Should we go back to, instead of female vocals, should we do electric guitar? Or I don't know if this is going to work, but what if I do pedal steel guitar? I don't know, man. I don't think the AI is going to figure this one out, but let's give it a go. All right, let's listen to whether or not it figured out pedal steel guitar. I don't have high hopes. Kinda got it. Sort of. Oh, a little bit. I quite like it regardless. Yeah, that's quite beautiful. How fun. Actually getting some good results now. And I really want to keep these, like I'm going to keep incorporate my own guitar, of course, into these tracks when I work on them. I really want to keep a really organic feel. Let's download this. So it's nice to be getting results that are quite organic sounding. I mean, if they weren't, I wouldn't be using them, frankly. Every piece of AI generated content that I've used in a track so far has all been of this kind of ilk. And the stuff I've avoided using, like the absolute plague, is stuff like, God, I don't know. Like, I mean, I've covered it in videos prior to this, but stuff where it's like, extremely generic, progressive house or something like that with a female vocal. In fact, Rick Beato, I don't know if you know Rick Beato, pretty incredibly famous YouTuber, guitar-based YouTuber. Great guy. I mean, I've never met him personally, but he just seems like a great guy. Anyway, he did a video recently talking about how he can just put in a prompt, get the AI to write lyrics and a song, and it's a passable song. You know, like it sounds like a radio-friendly kind of, jangly acoustic guitar pop kind of tune. And, I've talked about this myself as well, but how that kind of stuff has been getting uploaded to Spotify and being passed off as real. And I think that sucks. Partly because it's just lame. Like, it's just a lame version of that style of music. And that style of music, I mean, this is obviously subjective, but is already pretty lame. And they've somehow extra lameified it even further. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling at this point. But I'm not interested in using AI for any of that stuff. I want it to be unique, kind of like spellbinding and kind of just weird. Weird is the word I keep coming back to. I should use a different word. Interesting, esoteric. unusual, uncanny, slightly psychedelic, perhaps. All of the above. Just want to make sure I got this one. Yeah. So let's try again. I'm just going to generate this exact one again because I just want to see what we get. Okay. Let's play this one again. See if the if the AI gives us some pedal steel. That's actually pretty good. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of glitchy, kind of noisy. Which is fascinating, really, because like you would think it would be kind of perfect. I'm not saying all AI generated content is perfect, it absolutely isn't, but it's more like there's this noise layer to it, which I kind of like, but I don't know why it's in there in a sense, you know? I don't know, I guess maybe it's the way that I use it. Like, we can experiment with this, obviously. Like, I could just be like, just use one of their prompts from the library, don't put my own audio in and just let it go. And we'll get something that's much cleaner, much more palatable, radio friendly, Spotify acceptable, easily passed off as a fake. All right, let's try one more editing this instead of pedal steel guitar. Let's go with, oh God. Let's go with harp again, because I quite liked what we got with that before. Then after that, we'll sort of try and demonstrate some more generic stuff just so you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's listen to this one. Very beautiful. Wow, amazing. There's still just ever so slightly some discordant stuff in the background there, which is fine, because in a mix, you'll barely even hear it, just sort of adds texture, but it's just interesting. Ooh. How lovely. Great. So, very usable. Definitely going to be toying around with that. I kind of want to do one more generation just based off of this prompt because I really liked that. So let's do that. All right, that didn't take very long. Let's give it a go. Interesting. Wow. Let's download this. The other thing that's interesting about the WAV or the MP3 version it's just the fact that they're the exact same file size, which suggests to me that the WAVs are just as compressed, or like a low bit rate or something, which is, I don't know, that's just weird to me. Like, let's just, out of interest, let's, so this is one of them, 44 kilohertz, or 44.1, of course. I mean, it looks like it's a stereo file. I don't know, but it's only 865 kilobytes, and so are the MP3s. I don't know. Just weird. There's a part of me that just wants to do one more. It's kind of addictive, frankly. I'll do one more and then we'll move on. All right. Let's have a listen to this one. Again, it's more harp. I feel like I'm going to layer a bunch of these on top of each other and then edit them to sort of accentuate certain parts from certain audio files over others and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do another video just walking through that process. All right. I'll just download this really quick. So I'll do one more generation or one or two just demonstrating without an audio input and how it differs. And I'll wrap up this video because it's already gone on for a very long time and I have plenty of material to work with now. So let's close that audio input. Let's go to here and let's try modern. Let's just try modern. I don't know if we need 3 minutes worth of modern. Seriously? 1 minute. Let's 1 minute 0 seconds of modern ambient house track. See how we go. I don't think I'll be saving this one, but this should give you an indication of the fact that if you don't put your own input audio as a prompt, and if you just use their prompt presets, which are kind of laid out in a very specific way, like this website does have sort of a what's the word? Instructions on like how to prompt it, and it's this format. It's like style of track first, instrumentation, mood, followed by mood, so let's have a listen to this. See, sounds like a real song. I mean, it's not very interesting. It could be interesting. Is there going to be a chord change? No? I mean, there's something good here. It still doesn't sound anywhere near good enough to be a finished thing, as far as I'm concerned. Like it needs, it's kind of low fidelity. It needs mixing, mastering. Obviously, the AI is doing some of that, just by virtue of the fact. Let's try that again. Just by virtue of the fact that it's, pulling from mixed and mastered source material, so it's already kind of applying that sound to it, to the audio. But even if I did a 3-minute version of that, I would never be comfortable with just being like, yeah, that's my music. I mean, for a variety of reasons, I wouldn't be comfortable. But just from an aesthetic standpoint, qualitative standpoint, it's not good enough. It's just not. Even the shittiest, most in poor taste house music that I've ever heard has more kind of nuance to it than that. Let's listen to this one. But notice how just it sounds more complete, like more finished, it could be a real song. Because we didn't put our own audio in and it could do whatever it liked. It didn't have to map itself to an input audio. Well, this one's taken a little while. All right, so the website is still loading. I don't know why, but it did allow me to download it. So let's listen to that. Sounds like a shitty version of Lane 8. And I like Lane 8. And there's nothing changes. There's no reharmonization. There's no chord progression. Maybe if I did, maybe if I did a 3-minute version, we'd get more. It's just so generic. It's like a preset in like a bad preset in a synth library. Anyway, friends, that's going to do it for this video. That's the guitar I was talking about before. I didn't realize it was not in shot with the sort of screen split like that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That was the end of this video. That is this video. I'm going to now go off and use these audio files, at least some of them, to create some tunes, some sort of guitar-based kind of ambient tunes. And I'll do another video showcasing some of that stuff and what comes out of that process. But thank you for joining me on this little journey through prompting. As you can see, it's a bit of a weird process. I feel like it changes every time I do it, every time I do these videos, and literally every time I hit generate. It's just so variable. But then you find like a little groove where it's like, oh, that's working. Let's follow that, you know? But yeah, like I know for image and video generation, these processes to get quality results can be pretty extreme. In a lot of instances using like reference material, like input images and video, and then using AI to sort of alter them, or just, yeah, running their own models on their own hardware and inputting it with their own material and their own artworks, whatever. But you can get amazing results from all of those tools, but it's not without effort, and it's not without just a lot of time. And I'm not saying this to defend the use of AI or to suggest that it's just as challenging as creating art. Ironically, I would actually say it's more challenging than doing it on my own without using AI. On my own, I can just make whatever I like. I don't have to sit here prompting. I don't really like prompting, frankly. It's annoying. I do like the results sometimes, but it is frustrating going through this process. I'd much prefer just to be making music. I don't know if anybody out there, any other artists feel the same, but given that this is the entire point of my project, is to research what it's like to use AI as a key component or a core component of my creative process, and that my technical process as well, my technical methodology. It is an interesting journey. I just think it's interesting how much more of a pain in the ass it is than just doing it on my own. So keep that in mind. AI is not just a click it and you're done. At least not for me. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.